I am still eternally amused that, like, right after my FF4, what if FF4 was a bad game video, we played After Years, which unapologetically did half the things I was making fun of. Like, parody became reality. Okay, so. Why does my ear still itch? Oh my god. If anybody wonders what I do with Q-tips, it's not for, like, cleaning. My ears are actually pretty clean. It's for itching. It's right inside there, right? Right on the inside of the lip there. But you're not supposed to put those in your ears. Yeah, everybody knows that. And nobody cares. Let's see if 5's enough, because we're pretty high. We're already up to the 7s. I would really like to hit Bastok today. I'd like to get a decent chunk of Bastok out of it. I really would. Hang on. Is it the 6th Ministry? Yes. Well, next step is to go to the Torai Mirai Canal. Yay! See, I got a better question. Rather than my one change to FF11, what's yours? Anybody in chat? Anybody in chat who wants to give an answer to this? Replace the story. That's the only good part. No! Oh, repace. Now that is different, actually. Let's just say, what? What? Hey, Takoda. Okay, where am I going? Yeah, every now and again, the one change game kind of runs into the flaw of, like, there's not, like, one thing that'll just substantially improve a work. You know? Hey, 2 Base Master. Yeah, no, exactly, Blade. That's why I'm kind of chewing on that. Like, what would be my... Like, if I mean, okay, hang on. Asterisk? Really, Dakota? That's funny. The easy answer is fix the login, right? Get rid of Play Online. Get this on a real launcher. Basically, fix all the back-end crap, right? Remove all of the garbage of both signing up and playing this game. But the problem is that's such an easy answer, and frankly isn't one change. So let's assume that's already done, right? So that's already in place. They did it. They fixed it. Now what? Aren't you the adventurer who completed my last mission? Actually, the mission I issued to the gatehouse was just a cover-up. Since the incident with the boss, the Sybil guards have been paying too much attention to mission statements. Right, down to business. Do you remember the mission I issued last time? The Book of the Gods. We had no idea of its location all those years after the war. That was the tome you recovered from the dastardly cat burglar. He swiped the book and then returned it to Star Sybil himself. Then a few days ago, Star Sybil summoned me to Heaven's Tower and handed the Book of the Gods to me! I was ordered to never let that tome see the light of day again. That's what the Star Sybil ordered, so I must obey, but it's something I can't do! The pages are blank. I cannot turn my eyes from the truth, as the name of the Optistery suggests Starus, with the eyes of Windhurst. If I ignore the truth before me, how can I call myself the minister? Here's the deal. What I'm about to tell you must be in the strictest, wickedest of confidence. You mustn't leak a word of it to anyone. When I was just a student, I heard about the Book of the Gods for the minister at the time. Uraha, Uraha. Hi, Elizar. The Book of the Gods refers to the true history written by the first star sybil for the benefit of the star symbols that would succeed her. The truth contained in the book can be extremely dangerous, and it's been passed down through generations of ministers. Consequentarily, excuse me, the Book of the Gods is sealed by powerful spells. This seal can only be broken through the expenditure of huge amount tarus of magic while employing the Disa star that hangs from the neck of the star symbol. I don't know how he did it, but the minister managed to obtain his permission to open the Book of the Gods. To breach the seal of the tome, the minister utilized the power of the ruins' magical towers, and from the Book of the Gods he learned a certain truth. That truth was indeed a dangerous thing. He carried out his research in a laboratory hidden in the Tarai Marai Canal, which honestly might be in the running for one of the worst dungeons in this game. You might call this laboratory the Sixth Ministry of Winters, the Animastery. Yes, it's definitely up there. Find that minister, enter the Animastery, find something about his research. You must discover the reason why the writings of this tome have vanished. Oh, I must give you this. It'll enable you to enter there. Don't lose it. Well, I don't have the certificate, so I'm going to do the other way. But that's okay, because the other way isn't terrible, because I've got them. I'm dead serious. If not for this map, I'd be not as happy about all this. That's how we're going to call that. There we go. Okay. No, I believe you completely. I saw your question, Elazar. The problem is you're asking me two different things. You're asking me about supernovas and then meteors, which are two extremely different phenomena. A supernova is when all of the energy that a star is constantly creating as part of its gravitational pull against itself collapses, overwhelms... Damn it. Overwhelms the explosions being caused by it, or vice versa, I forget which. But either way, it's when it runs out of fuel, put simply, and it explodes. So it goes whoosh. And that's one of the largest sources of energy that we know of in the universe. Now you're like, what about in the games? Well, yeah, I know. Let's see, how many supernovae spells have we seen in the entire Final Fantasy series? I'm pretty sure we've only seen one, which is the one Sephiroth himself uses. And I'm pretty sure Sephiroth doesn't literally destroy the entire solar system as a result of... I can't say anything. As a result of deciding to do a few thousand damage to us. Call me crazy, but I don't think he blew up the entire solar system. I know, that's shocking. Just bear with me a little bit here. Would you stop aggroing me? Oh my god. What happens with his attack? Well, I have no idea. What's your guess? Like, what do you think happens? Yeah, magic happens, obviously. Yeah, it's like the black hole spell in, oh, I don't know, FF4. Or the Big Bang spell. I don't think Zeromus literally causes a Big Bang when he attacks us. Probably. I'm pretty sure. We didn't see the creation of an entirely new universe whenever he decides to use that attack on us. He just walks over and punches us. Okay, hang on. Let me double check my route. Give me a second. So I want to go... up, it looks like, which I can get to through down. Okay, so. Damn it, Verizon. Hi, Wolverale. Now, Meteor is interesting because... So the reason Meteor and similar spells tend to do typeless damage does have an impact in lore. There's a reason why several Meteor spells have been a big deal, you know, in story, not just as a powerful spell. That's usually because what it is functionally doing is pulling from space damage. Not literally pulling something from space, but pulling something that is not of this earth. Makes sense? And that comes careening down into you and pierces otherwise magical defenses. It's the big reason why Meteor was able to do so much to Golbez and to Zemus over in Final Fantasy IV, to use a specific example of that. It was calling something down that they just couldn't handle otherwise. It's also why casting it was so costly. It's also why there's such a concept as a white Meteor, which is a whole other thing. Anyways, you get the idea. Now, in FF7 specifically, there is the black materia, which allows you to summon Meteor. But as the term implies, that is not a casting of a spell. That is a summoning of an actual extraterrestrial object, which is implied to be semi-sentient. And shows up and kind of serves as a bit of a reset button on the planet. Since we know it's been summoned at least once more before in FF7's history. Alright, hang on. Let me verify where I am. Because I want to go south, yes. Which I can't! Oh, there's a door! Oh man, I love doors. It's okay, I can actually go around. I love them doors. Alright. This is a great dungeon. I don't actually remember what other FF's Meteor has had a story relevance on. Ultima, we're in vanilla, Spartan. Ultima has had a story relevance several times. But Ultima, amusingly, actually fulfills pretty much the exact same slot. It is a supremely powerful spell that bypasses usual magical defenses, right? Same thing. That was true in FF2, that was true in FF9. And I swear there's others. No, this is... Well, I guess this is technically Zillard, but we're still in vanilla. Oh, yeah, it was in 10 as well. Hang on one second. Wait. I think this is where I'm gonna go. I don't think that counts, but just now. That's way too much of it technically. Calling down Dalamud isn't the Meteor spell in any real sense of the word. Now, Ultima was definitely a plot point in FF14. Twice, actually, for ways I will not spoil here. Unrelated stream. Excuse me. Wow, okay. Well, I poked him and then he died instantly, Spartan. It was great. Then he got back up like, oh, I've got a phase 2. And then I poked him and he died instantly. It was great. So I think Yojimbo started in 10. Don't quote me on that. I'm actually running back through that in my head, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, you're right, Pillar of Snow. You're right. 3 times Ultima has been relevant. If there's one thing that really irritated me about the Weapon series, it's that it's a terrible story arc. If there's a second thing that irritated me about the Weapon series, it was how much that the freaking drop wouldn't drop for Brax. If there's a third thing that irritates me about the Weapon series, it's the fact that every freaking weapon cast Ultima. Something about that really bothered me. I know this is going to sound stupid, but I've always liked the idea that Ultima is a very unique attack that you shouldn't just card out all willy-nilly. In fact, I think that about a lot of fiction. You shouldn't just decide that everyone and their brother can use a variant of X, Y, or Z, right? To use another example of this, in Star Wars, Force Lightning was originally like a whole thing. And then everybody could use it. Like, it stopped being as interesting. And yeah, going Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball is another perfect example of that, which I can talk about now, because I've experienced that now. Jesus, Flareon. But you get the point. Like, if you're going to bring out the Super Doom Ultra Spell, make it relevant. Make it an actual deal. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Ah. So, by definition, no, Mr. Red. The whole point of Force Lightning is it was originally written, excuse me, let me be more clear about that, is that Force Lightning was malice. I mean, yes, you're getting electrocuted, but that's not what's happening. Someone's concentrated hatred is being dumped directly into you. Like, that's supposed to be a big deal. Is there another enemy here somewhere? No? Okay. It is Dakota. Alright, hang on. I've defeated the Hinge Oils, and now I should be able to enter the Animastery, which is the marble door? Let's see a door. I'm gonna guess it's up here. Aha! Marble door. No, my point is that you basically can't, by definition, as was originally written, you can't light side malice, because malice is cruelty. If you're using the light side as intended, as it was originally written, you don't have that kind of cruelty. You lack the capacity, right? Yeah, then they invented green lightning, and they just ran with it. Like I said, that's why I keep emphasizing the way it was originally written. Because later on, people just wanted to have lightning powers. And I get it, but, like, I'm sorry, Force Push is cooler anyways. Just go with that. Okay, so I used a Tome of Magic. That didn't begin a cutscene. Hang on. I need another Tome of Magic, because of course there's several. You mustn't touch that. That book is forbidden. As an experienced adventurer, you should be able to sense the danger, the ominous power that lurks within. Dude, thermal detonators are silly, depending on who's riding them. How did you come to be here? No one can enter this room except through my private chambers in the Heavens Tower. You need a special key to open that door, the Optistery Ring. Is it possible you have found Karaha Baruha's ring? The one that was lost all those years ago? Well, then I should explain about this place. This is the Animastery. It's the hidden sixth ministry. Excuse me. It was built almost 25 years ago. The one who conducted his research here said to me that 30 years ago, the art of drawing magical power from the will of nature has been taken as far as it can go. He formulated a theory for drawing magical power from living beings as opposed to nature. This magic would manifest the same amount of power as the creature was drawn from. This new theory had the potential to threaten the lives of living beings, so there are voices of opposition amongst the 5 existing ministries. However, we were in need of power. The power that could be gained from normal creatures was insufficient. We needed the near limitless energy that could be harnessed from a truly fearsome entity. Winter's was delivered from obliteration by that power, but the price we paid for it, I'm sure you're aware of what we lost. Please take the time to read the books before you leave. If it was Kraha Bruha's star that led you to this place, then I will not hold this trespass against you. However, citizens of Winterst are forbidden to proceed past the sealed portal of the central tower. If you continue past this point, I will reconsider the matter of punishment. And I will be stabbed by you. Stab! Okay. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, God, the camera. I'm pretty sure I'm good to leave. I've got my one change for FF11. Adding popcorn to the game. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I have actually been chewing on it. Hear me out. This is kind of a wild change, but I would make it so that keys are no longer necessary. Every door, every object in the game that requires a quest item or a key to interact with doesn't. You can just open the Three Mages Gates. You can just open the door in Castle Bourbon without the torches. You don't need the Judgment Key to progress through the top of the tower. You don't need Lower Delphat's key to get to the bottom of Delphat, etc. Right? Run through and remove all of those requirements so players can just use the object in question and progress. And bam! Yeah, you get the idea, Blade. I can actually, I've put some real thought into this because I can see how you could do it programming-wise too. It would essentially involve putting all of the strings that the key items and keys have onto a single item. And yeah, skeleton key. There you go. You get that as part of the new player experience. Here you go. That makes it optional too. I would even have a thing like, do you want the skeleton key to bypass all of the doors throughout the course of your adventures? And have like a nice big warning. Do note, if you pick this up, you will have access to all the doors in this game. Right? Are you sure you want to loot this? Yes, no. Player says, yes, we good. And there you go. I legitimately think that that would improve the game substantially with one change. Sorry, I'm kind of proud of that one. Winterst Waters 1. That's true, you could do that for per expansion, too, to, like, really make that gradient and on the player's choice. Would you like to have the skeleton key for Promathia? Would you like the skeleton key for Oct? Oh, that would take a minute, Mr. Red. It would remove quite a few, I'm going to be honest. Let's see, has her bikini changed? Aw, it's still the red and white one. Oh, well. Oh, you finally made it back. How'd it go? Did you find anything? What? The Star Sibyl was there? Oh my goodly goddess. Charges could be brought against me. You throw me in the dungeon, all is lost. Adventure in my life is in your hands. Take this. Keep it safe. If I'm in prison, take it to the Star Sibyl and use it to secure my freedom. This is not blackmail. This is negotiation. Yes, you will negotiate my freedom. Don't breathe a word of this to anyone. Now quickly, get yourself away from here. I don't remember what it is. I favorited it so I don't have to memorize it. Woods 2, that's it. Guess what I have to go do now, by the way. Speaking of keys. So the Rhinostery has a mission for me. It wishes your help in a certain matter. Speak with the researcher. Second floor of Rhinostery. Bad things are happening. I hope you can straighten things out for them. I mean, the answer to that is probably Rhapsody, Spartan. From everything I've seen. I myself have already done 12 quests in Rhapsodies just to get a few items. It's not tradable, and it's a cutscene. Of course it is. Okay. I need to stop Minister Rakusu. She's run off to the trail of Mr. Irukiru, all the way on the southern continent. Terribly dangerous in any event. Sojin. Have you talked with Lee Hawk? The truth of it is Minister Rukususu made an important Taru discovery in Fane and brought an item back with her. I can't explain what the item was exactly, but it gave her the heebie-jeebers. When I meditated, I sensed something unusual. Do you know of Iru Kiru? He's a member of the multinational expedition and traveled to Northland. I can feel his spirit somewhere on the southern continent. When I told this to Mr. Rukususu, she immediately took off in a terrible scurry worry. What is it between those two? It was definitely not the reaction I was expecting. Where the hell is Kazam? What is Kazam? Have I been there before? Ah! Miriam burgers? You can tell we're in Zillar, because there's music here that's actually good. Sorry. She said she was looking for Irakuro. Irakuro was banished to the Temple of Uglepe years ago. If you want to find Rakusu, that's where you should start searching. Okay. Why would popcorn taste of strawberries if it's not strawberry popcorn? Mr. Red. Hi, Game Geek. This is Game Geek's theme song right here, in real life. So I don't think I want to go to the Den of Rancor. Yeah, let me double check something really quick here. Fair. I want to go to map 3 is the thing. So how do I get to map 3? How do I get to map 3? Well, the funny thing is it looks like I could get there from the Den of Rancor. Hang on. Here's where I am. And I want to be there. Okay. How the hell? Okay, hang on. I demand that you ask this question. It's a huge map. Give me a second. I'm trying to navigate this just visually. So none of these places go here, which is where I need to go. I need to go here. So how do I get there? I can go there from here. I can get there from... Okay, I think I found a route. Okay. The latter. If you are no longer in imminent risk of diabetes, that's great. Everyone on planet Earth is always at risk of diabetes. At all times. Always. I don't know if there's anything real in here, but I'm not dealing with this. Not that I say this to scare you, but to put this into perspective, think of it more like cancer. If you beat cancer, that's awesome, but it doesn't mean you're free of cancer forever. It means you beat it. I was just waiting for that door not to open. I really was. Get out of my way! Oh my god! Stupid tonberries. Yeah, like, I like sweets. I literally have a basket of cookies on my thing here. But, A, I eat like one of these a day. B, I give them out like candy to everyone else. And C, I have a pretty balanced diet elsewise. Well, maybe balance is the wrong word. I don't eat much. What am I in combat with? Come on, game. Come on, game. Please attack the thing I have selected and have selected the attack button for. Well, I got an Ooglipet key, which sadly is not what I want. Yes, I would, actually. Well, the PS4 specifically. I don't have much experience with the PS5. But the answer is still yes. The PS4's D-pad is one of the best in the business, in my opinion. Alongside the PS3's. I love this Tonberry music. Listen to this. Listen to it! Nah, I don't know. I haven't held a PS1 or PS2 controller in a while. But I remember the PS2 controller I had was kind of bleh on the D-pad. Might have just been a bad controller, or an old controller. I don't know. Yeah, mushy. That's a good way to put it. The inputs were mushy. That's another door that just gave me another heart attack, by the way. I just want you to know that. I see a door in this game, I start to have, like, this freaking PTSD. I mean, you know me, I am extremely picky about D-pads. It's pretty much the thing I care about most when it comes to any controller. No joke. Oh, that's gonna be funny, Playtold. There's a door. Ah! By the way, this gigantic-ass walk is just to get a key. I want to be very clear about this. We haven't even started going to our destination yet. We're just trying to get the key. That's it. Not a 1 to Base Master. And honestly, at this point, I don't expect anything anytime soon. Okay. Yeah, I haven't written down some of the gameplay negatives I'm thinking about yet, because, you know... Okay, I need a bonds... Let's get some frickin' dudes out here. Frickin' dudes. No, the tomb is not... I agree. Like, having to do King Renperry's tomb 3 times resulted in 3 negatives. That's it. We are way past that in negatives for this freaking story arc. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Is that the only one? Oh my god, it is. There's one Bond's Tonberry here, visible. Oh man, I love being in Devoy. Do you love Devoy, Mr. Red? Does it bring you joy? Devoy joy. What's funny is I was just thinking to myself that I was making decent time. That's my fault. I shouldn't have had that thought, because the moment I had that thought, the game decided to throw a giant pile of marmalade in my way that I've been slogging through ever since. Congrats, Braven. What WoW class would Leon be? God, I don't know. He would be a warlock, because I have no idea. What am I in combat with? Why am I in combat with you? There he is. Die, monster! You don't belong in this world. Literally, I guess, because you're a Tonberry. Okay, got a cursed key. Woo. Okay, now that I have the cursed key... Hi, Zara. Honestly, I'm kind of with Valerian. I think he'd be a combat room. J6. That's right there. Oh, that. Okay, that's not too bad, I guess. Except. Excuse me. Excuse me. And you're the adventurer that helped with the Feyen talisman of Ya. Were you looking for moi? And why might that be? I'm asking myself the same thing. I see. He's such a worrywart. He fears I will share the same fate as poor Irakiru. Irakiru is chasing after the truth behind the legend of Windhurst. He wanted to know how Windhurst came to be, who led our Tatar ancestors. The members of the monastery, however, were not happy with his research. They're happy believing our ancestors were guided by a wondrous star, and the same star watches over us. But Irakiru must have discovered something on his sojourn to the Northlands. It was enough to make him leave the monastery and come here. This is where he met his demise. The things Kirtero saw in her meditations, it may have been his way of calling me here to show me the truth, to let me know that... It's a Tomberry woman. Again. Still wood. Children of Winters, thou hast journeyed far. The very same children we led to the land of promise many years ago. I am Graviton Berasachi, excuse me. I am what hath become of the Kulu. One of the two ancient races, the Kulu and the Zillart. Is that one of the ancients survived until present day? Are the Kulu a race of immortals? No, I am no longer part of this world. What lingers here are merely my thoughts and memories. Star Sybil, dost thou now remember? The long distant past when I still breathed, we Kulu led thy people to the land of the moon. Is the truth not handed down through the generations? Surely thou hast not lost the power of the Horo Toto given to the first Star Sybil. The Kulu built the Horo Toto? Can't begin to understand it, but the towers of the Horo Toto ruins you're referring to, they ceased to function 20 years ago. This cannot be. If what thou sayest is true, the great beast of the moon will be unleashed upon the land. These towers were built to convert the moonlight that bathes the land into energy. If the tower no longer functions, the moonlight's power will take the shape of a great roaming fiend. Is the Diza star given to the first Star Sybil still in thy possession? I'm afraid you're mistaken. I am not the Star Sybil. I am the minister of the Renostery. You are not the Star Sybil. Then why does thy attendant carry her tome? I can sense its aura surrounding him. That book was written by the first Star Sybil using the power of the moon. I see. The tomb lost its power when the towers fell to ruin. One should not be overly surprised. It has been several thousand years. However, I cannot bear to see thee so distressed. As we guided thine ancestors to the land of the moon many years ago, I will now guide thee in a manner. I will use my power to return magic to the tome. My strength pales in comparison to the moon, however. The contents of the book will soon fade, but I pray this act may be of some small assistance. Why do I keep passing out in this stupid game? If what she said is true, we have learned some amazing historical facts here. It proves the theory put forth by Irakiru. Take that tomb to Windhurst, show it to Minister Bob. He's the only one capable of reading it. That's not what my walkthrough says to do. And I follow the walkthrough. Always. Yep, this is FF11 right here. I mean, Blateville has a point. Water's 3. Hey, Sean. It was a bowl of cereal. It was a good bowl of cereal, though. I don't remember what it was. It was some kind of nut crunch thing. I barely look nowadays. I just grab whatever the latest box is. You're back. Is the minister safe and sound? I don't see her around. No. Don't tell me you returned and left her behind. Explain yourself. Have you lost your mind? What is the matter? What are you shouting about? If it's me you're looking for, I'm right here. Oh, let's go. Good to see you. Seems my peers have been quite worried about me. Of course we're going to worry. Whenever you take off in such a big hurry. Lorna, thank you for all you've done. I have one last favor to ask you. Please keep what you saw in that place between you and me. God, why does everyone tell me to keep the truth to myself? I swear half this quest chain has been, don't talk about what just happened. And whatever you do, don't stream it online so anybody can see it. That might lead to the end of the world itself. Camera cuts to me and I just slowly hide the webcam. Hey, Dream Whisperer. Did you like it? Yeah, I just got re-raised 3. Woo! I have an adventure coupon. Ho, 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 ho. A bunch of junk, actually. There it is. Curse Wand. Is that it? I mean, I'm just gonna pull it out, whatever. Thought I saw that in there. I can exchange it for money. I'm guessing for a starter, 100 gil. $50. Is that enough for a single teleport? I mean, they do literally triaxia it, so. So you asked that, I actually have already answered that, Spark, but I'll go ahead and give you my prepared answer now. What I would do is give an option. I'll add Blade Chabal's idea in here. Give an option so that as you are starting off, at the very beginning of the game, at the very beginning of the expansion, excuse me, you have the option to get a skeleton key for that expansion. And what that does is gives you access to every key door and key object and key wall and key everything in the entire expansion. Just it's there. And that's a toggle you can choose at the beginning of playing a character at any given expansion. Boom. Game made substantially better. And it's optional. Now, what's the maximum change game? Just make FF6. Just FF6. wonder how many times I could have beaten FF6 in the time I've played this game. It's probably not a small amount. Like, we're talking at least 10 times. Probably more. Something about that's vaguely depressing. I'm gonna stop thinking about that now. Let's see. You're level 31. You've got a great game ahead of you, Spartan. And no, I will never play it with you. Ever. I would rather die. I would rather walk into traffic right now and just let them take me. Where is this jackass? Oh, god damn it. I went too far north. FF6 with Chrono Trigger's boss design and Chrono Trigger with FF6's characterization. Jesus Christ, Ross. Sorry to keep you waiting. I guess you must be the gallant who got our mission at the gatehouse. Are you acquainted with the amazing academic who administers our School of Magic? Absolutely. So you've met the professor. As you're surely aware, the professor rarely roams from his residence. He barely bothers with the barest bones of principal business. 4 years ago, he took the rest from his responsible role. During that time, the person who took his tenure had the title of Sidal Gujal. With his dynamic endurance and diligent deduction, Sidal Gujal was a marvelous nominee for Minister of the Oristary. However, for some reason he eloped and left us in the lurch. We put the professor in the position of principal, and now you perceive our present predicament. For 3 long years, our lecturers have lived with lack of leader and luckily allayed any alarming eventualities. But if we continue to conduct our school in this course, I'm afraid it will conflict with cultivation of students. That's where you come in. I supplicate you to search the span of Vana'diel and bring back Sidal Gujal. Sure, I'll find a person somewhere in the world with no help whatsoever. Okay, never mind. It says to go north. So, someone has come up to me, has asked me, how do you play FF11? How do I convince them not to do this? Yeah, I know, right, Playtable? Sure, no problem, no problem. I point them to the guide to get the game installed. And then I walk away as if I've set off a firework. If they persist, more power to them. If they try to talk to me about it, I'll stab them in the face. Just right in the face. Well, you see, Mr. Red. Stab! Alright, where am I going? I guess we'll go here. But I prefer Final Fantasy to go back to ATB. With modern art, or I'd like the current direction. Honestly, and I mean this sincerely, I'm ambivalent. I don't actually care one direction or the other. I care about good gameplay. My issues with FF16 had nothing to do with the combat. to put it into simple terminology. Let's see. Where am I going? Ro Maev. I'm pretty sure I've been there. Have. Yes, without question, Ross. Oh, speaking of which. Yeah, I'm in. It's one of those weird things. Oh, here. Where am I going here? Okay. How would have I known to go here? A haunting song echoes throughout the ruins. That's it. You found it, slacker. Huh? Wait, something's not right. The power's too concentrated. Okay. Oops, I guess that wasn't it. Alright, alright. I don't need to hear your whining. Just a moment there, slacker. Let me recalibrate my search. Does this doll have to be so insulting? Okay, this is not a drill. Sensing emanations from the southwest. Off the top of my head, for non-MMO, Ross, Breath of Fire 2. BoF 2 has many flaws, but the flaw of BoF 2 is needing a goddamn walkthrough to be able to just to play the game. Never mind being able to figure out how some of the mechanics work. Yeah. Zelda 1 is pretty bad. Castlevania 2 is pretty bad. But yeah, sorry, to get back to the point. FF16 combat is perfectly fine. My issues with FF16 was the encounter design. And in some cases, the boss design. Nah, it's all good, Mr. Ed. I'll, as always, appreciate you, and I don't want to, chain you to this run, even though this is entirely your fault. Let's see here. So where am I going? J8, apparently. It's like right in front of me. Or it's going entirely all the way around the entire dungeon to get where I want to go. Which is probably what I'm actually about to do. Maybe? Hang on a sec. Hold up. I do have the cursed wand. I'm pretty sure. Equipment design was also really bad in FF16. Like, legitimately bad. The only good equipment in that entire game were the DLCs, and you literally can't access those until you've already beaten the base game. Well, almost beaten. I mean, I meant what I said, Ross. I have no opinion on the specific vehicle of gameplay you use as long as it's good. Let's go back to ATB for a second. FF4's combat is perfectly fine, but you know what has better combat in the same system? FF6. You know what has better than FF6? FF10 2. The format doesn't really matter, to me, again. What matters is what they do with it. Yeah, yeah, Mr. Ed, yeah, yeah. Back to the face stabbing. A better true turn-based system than 10? Ooh. So I'm going to automatically say no. The only one, because he is a sim builder. Have you seen the way he acts around his wife? The dude is being led around by the dick. It's pathetic. Anyways, the only one that's a maybe is Final Fantasy Tactics Remake. The recent one, right? And that's a maybe because I haven't played it yet. And when it comes to judging that kind of thing, you need to get into the nitty-gritty, right? You need to get into the details and the specific stuff to actually judge that. So I haven't played it, so I don't know. But that's the only one that's a maybe on that one. I mean, there's several others that do some good stuff. Pokemon Arceus comes to mind immediately. But FF10 just has so much turn control. And FF10 does something very, very right. It allows you to absolutely crack the system in half if you know what you're doing. But even if you don't exploit, even if you don't min-max, even if you don't know what you're doing, you could still gain benefit of and use tactics and strategy in how you interact with the turn-based system, right? And that's the important part. A truly good system has to be something that both a novice and an expert can derive different enjoyment from. 10 manages that pretty well. 10 has other issues, but the core combat is top-notch. No, DOS... I swear DOS 2 was a round-based system, Dream Whisperer, but now you got me second-guessing myself. Because, like, Baldur's Gate 3, for example, has a round-based system, which is different. I swear DOS 2 had something like that. Oh, 10.2 has a marvelous, absolutely marvelous ATB system. Honestly, the only thing that 10.2 fails at is positioning, which is a damn shame, because positioning matters in 10.2. Like, distance matters, and, like, where you are relative to your target matters. But you have no control over that, so it's mostly for fluff. Yeah, 10.2 also has a really good job system, and I am a big proponent of job systems in most games. Yeah, exactly, Dream Whisperer. Or I guess in reverse. Like, FF1 doesn't really count. FF3 doesn't really have a job system. 5, to this day, has one of the best job systems in the business. By accident, but it still does. Oh, I remember this spot. I do remember this spot. Oh, God, I remember this hellscape. This is where we farmed the Cursed Wand, actually. I'm almost positive. Tactics has a pretty good job system. Again, haven't played the remaster. And obviously 10.2 has a great job system. Yep, this is where I got the warrior test. I remember. The warrior testimony. Oh, there's Tezbizbizbe. Hello, Tezbizbizbe. That's the Arastory doll, which means you used to be an agent of the Arastory. You finally found me. But let me say this in my defense. I'm waiting for reinforcements from Sandoria, so I haven't been able to move from this place. Until the Knights get here, I have to magically seal this area for the sake of the people of Sandoria. However, my concentration for maintaining the seal has been disrupted. An orc carrying a cursed wand has been enspelling me from afar. This has further hampered my chances of getting out of here anytime soon. If Moreno was the one to put them up to this, let him know my situation. Ah, one more thing. Wait, what? What? I've been using my power to see the... Yeah, yep, yep, Okay. I'm ready, Ross. You trounced the curse-flinging orc. This makes things so much easier. But I'll tell you again, I can't leave till the Knights show up. If I'm not here, the people of Sandoria will face an awful orcish horde. That should be reason enough to placate him. Why'd I run away? Well, that's something I prefer not to talk about. But I guess if I don't explain myself, you'll just drag me back. Fine, this is between you and me. Remember, don't tell anyone what I'm about to tell you. You probably already know this, but the professor has been exchanging lovey-dovey letters with a girl named Moji. Actually, the person writing those letters was me. Principal Korokoro has embezzled several years' worth of budget, and it didn't look like you'd be giving it back, so I thought I'd take the name of Moji to try writing him a fan letter. The effects of this was almost instantaneous. Every time I wrote him a letter, I convinced him to return a little more gil, but all the deception started to make me feel uneasy and queasy. Before I knew it, every time I laid eyes on him, I would feel a sharp pain in my stomach. It was a serious case of work-related stress. So I thought I'd get away from the Aristory for a while, and go where I could find some solitude and peace. Then all this happened. But since I didn't want to go back anyway, so I decided to keep my whereabouts from the Aristar. Does that explain it? Wow. Okay. I think I need to keep talking to him. He's still getting letters, but I'm not writing them anymore. Oh my god, give me the damn thing. Okay. Speak to him for a cutscene. He'll turn your Star Seeker into a magic trained Star Seeker. Trade the cursed wand for a cutscene. Talk to him again. Okay, apparently we actually are done. Do me a favor, Mr. Ed. Don't move. Just for me, please. Because this guide is wrong. I think I'm good. But it's told me to do several things I couldn't do. And I did a couple things it didn't say to do. But I'm now at a state where it says I should be done with the quest. I wouldn't even be surprised at this point, Mr. Red. I mean, that would make perfect sense, Blade Jamal. I love this, by the way. The Cursed Orb is a mini-quest. Oh my god. Okay. Just gonna pretend I never saw that. Just gonna walk away from that. That's entirely possible, Mr. Red. I do not have fond memories of the Limit Break quests. If there's one thing I'm glad for, it's that I'm not doing the Limit Breaks on camera. I can only do so much. Rather than answer that, Mr. Red, which I'll avoid that question like the plague, let me ask everyone in chat this. What is your fondest memory of this game? I'd ask Rax, but I don't think she's here right now. Yep, I found him. I see. That's why he gave up the principal position and parted for parts unknown. Of course, it's still unforgivable. However, since he seems to be regretting his actions, he can't actually move from where he is. I guess I'll have to leave it at that. Please return the doll. Excuse me, declare the doll gave you deceitful directions. That's strange. I was thoroughly tested before I entrusted it to you. The easiest explanation is the doll sensed an emanation of energy exceeding that of the ring. Effort. Oh. I'm sorry, Valerian. How can a single moment be that long? Ah! Mystic Maker. Sorry. I mean, if you don't want to share, you don't have to. I'm not going to pry. Like I said, I'm not going to pry. You don't have to share. Let's see. Can I think of a fondest memory in WoW Vanilla to give an equivalent? A fond memory in WoW Vanilla. Let me think about that for a minute. The submission has not been officially approved, however, all the guards have agreed to ask you to perform this task. Don't tell anyone about this mission. Stop saying that! FF11 is an MMO. While it has quests and story and content, it is firmly of the old style. Listen, Mr. Red. I'm gonna give you a secret, but don't tell anyone, okay? I like carrots. I mean, so, it's funny you say that, Spark. The nation quests up to, I believe, 5.2 are MSQ. Everything after that is technically Prime Opt. That's what we're doing right now. It's the only Prime Opt we're doing in the entire game, and it's by special request by Mr. Red. By virtue of being Prime Opt, we were originally not going to do any of this crap. Oh god, that sounds horrifying, Mr. Maker. As you know, my brother has now spent a considerable amount of time at the Dark Dungeon. My brother's a very resilient person, however the Dark Dungeon is a chamber that drains magical power. To spend this much time in there. I beg of you, please help save him. I know this goes against all the rules, but I have to help my brother. Okay, I'll kill everyone. Thank you. Wait, do you mean me too? I'm afraid so. Hi, Magister. The chamber that lies beneath the central towers are sealed by the power of the stars and the moon. This means that the doors to the chamber can only be opened with an item imbued with the same power. The rings carried by the ministers are such items. Every time a minister is appointed, a ring is made and presented to the new minister by the Heaven's Tower. After learning this, I took the ring and set off for the Dark Dungeon. Give it up, Apuro. That seals me. Oh my god, it's Shentoto! For the 4th time now. I heard you were sneaking around asking people about the Dark Dungeon. Why don't you just stand on top of the Heaven's Tower and yell, I'm gonna break my brother out of jail. Arrest me, someone. How imprudent. And you're always the bright student. I won't just stand by and let my brother waste away in there, but I can't. The door won't... I understand how you feel. I don't want to lose him either. Especially after all the trouble I've gone to raise a tough-as-nails, wicked wand-wielding, savage spell-slinging wizard to take over as Orrestory Minister. Listen up and I'll explain about the door deep below the tower. This door, as you've discovered, can be opened by the power of the stars and the moon. Everything in Horotoro Ruins is governed by this power. However, the magic ceiling of these doors was weakened when several of the towers were damaged during the Great War. And so, up until now, the doors could have been opened by a single ring. No need for a charm created by Heaven's Tower, like before. Haven't you figured it out? What does that head of yours contain? You would have realized it by now if you were using that melon you call a brain. If you recall, he restored the power of the ruins, my dear dumpling. Now you're no longer able to open the doors by using a single ring. Such stupidity. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ah, forgive my amusement. I didn't come just to laugh at you. I have a brilliant idea to help your brother through. Really? Tell me what I have to do. Hire Lore Runner to do it. I mean, you must gather the rings of the 5 ministers. Yes, it's a chore. But using their combined power, you should be able to dispel the seal on the door. Bring the 5 rings to my house. You can only get started when you have them all. You better not. Oh, and there's one thing you better not forget. Don't think of going after the rings by yourself. It's something you'd regret. Leave it to an adventurer who's capable. Do you know Lore Runner? Oh my god! She actually is recommending hiring me. It almost boggles the mind how eager he is to stick his nose into some dangerous squeeze. There's no reason not to take of his natural tendencies. Well, time to kill Shentoto. Okay. Let's do this. So I have to go to Fayen, Devoy, and Winter's Waters. Interesting laundry list, but okay. I do it every single time. Alright. Enough beating around the bush. Fondest memory of FF11. I mean, Shantota's a meme character, which means she's always exaggerated beyond her ken. That's true in any setting, any IP. There's no reason for me to feel guilty. I have no intention of defying the will of the Star Sibyl. What's that? You want me to lend you the ring again? I know what you're up to. You want to go back to the Animastery, don't you? There's no reason for you to go there. In fact, you really shouldn't. How would you talk yourself out of trouble if you run to the Star Sibyl again? What's that? That's not the reason. You're gonna break Bob out of the Dark Dungeon? Dark Dungeon, huh? They say the Dark Dungeon drains a person's magical power, eventually killing them. I doubt Star Sibyl really intends to rob him of his life, but she may be angry enough to rob him of his life as a mage. There was once a similar tragedy, I seem to recall. Who was that? In any case, I have not the slightest interest in doing anything that would benefit him. If you're looking for help from me, you've come to the wrong place. Now get out of here. Hey, just a moment. Can't be. The power I feel coming from you. What? I've killed God 3 times. What do you want from me? The magic has returned to the blank tome. It's a miracle. It's been the salvation of Windhurst. What? You intend to have him read the book? Don't be a fool! If you want someone to read it, give it to me. I can't. This is beyond my strength. I may be able to open it if I had the Jesus Star of the Star Sibyl. A wily wizard of his power should be able to withstand this magic. I am defeated. I help you get this book, you must tell me what knowledge this pages contain. I must know the dangerous truth. Here's my ring. Okay. Oh my god, I just realized. Hey, Mr. Ed, have you moved? From the spot I asked you to stay at? I'm gonna laugh if this works. I really am. Please work. Damn it! Ah! God, that's so frustrating. You give me a 20-hour cooldown item and then can't let me use it anywhere useful. Hold my breath here. No. Arrgh. God damn this game. God damn this game. See if I can remember where I just went. Pretty sure it was this way. Let's see how badly I do here, Mr. Red. I mean, in the interest of fairness, I've only really killed God once. Promathia. He's the only one who actually has a right to the title. I think the worst part is I got my hopes up. Like, I was getting excited. I was like, oh, wow, I'm going to accidentally benefit from having asked Mr. Red to stay there. That's so neat. Like, it's not that big of an ask, really, to walk back through this stupid place. It's just, I was really excited because I didn't have to. You know? And yeah, and then I had to. Exactly. There's a term for that. I can't remember. It's a psychological thing. It's when it's like something looks good and then it's taken away from you. It's worse than if you didn't have it to begin with. Look, FF11 does not magically make vanilla better. Wow, vanilla. I'm sorry. I guess rug pull is a good term, but like, there's an actual psychological term, but I can't think of what it is. Might be the hope spot. I don't know. That's a trope. Might be related. Oop. This is the premier FF11 experience right here. Walking in silence. I should probably pop this just in case. Yep. When they first developed gaming back in the 50s, this is what they were thinking about right here. They knew. Right. Up. I mean, if you asked me to sell someone an FF11, I'd say it's an MMO, my terminology, with an actual story. That's about as much as I can do to sell that, because that's exactly what it is. I wonder what this would be like now with a group. Like if you and a bunch of friends sat down and committed to this as a group activity, what it would be like. Because at this point, I don't think pugging is really viable in FF11 anymore. I could be wrong. I don't know. I have only seen a bunch of turbo high-level people all over the place. And I mean, it's still getting patched. Got a patch last night, for God's sakes. I don't believe you, Smart. In 3 years, you'll be like, yeah, I give up. Oops. Oh, I hope this game isn't dead in 10 years. Again, the whole reason I kicked this run so far forward is because I was scared of this game being dead this year. Or next year, or whatever. Hey, I made it back. Woo, memory. Hi, Mr. Red. I'm so glad you stayed here so I could teleport back to you. I'm definitely grateful that that's a mechanic that exists in this game. I'm going to go kill myself now. Just the person I wanted to see. There's something I wanted to ask you. How did you use that malevolent magic doll to track me down? Ah, the ring. So this is the ring that brought about my discovery. Well, I can't just throw it away. Here, I'll give it to you for safekeeping. Sure. Hi, Pokemibo. I'm glad you're liking it. I actually think this has been a decent stream. I've had really good viewing figures and plenty of people chatting and talking. We've had plenty to talk about despite my whinging. I hope at least a couple of people enjoy these streams. I can't think of a faster route than this. You should probably leave this place, Mr. Red. It's not sane being here. I think Fayen's is it Fayen original or Zoa? No, there it is, original. We're good. Just think, Spartan, you have 13 to look forward to. Where am I going? Am I on map too? Oh god, I don't know. Hang on one second. Yes, okay, good. Double checking, double checking. First start walking. It's okay, I've just given up health and sanity for this run. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just saying, if I owned a gun, probably would have used it by now. This is why I don't own a gun. Well, that and I hate guns, but that's unrelated. Oh, I wouldn't shoot my computer. My computer deserves better than that. See, but that's a fixable state, Mr. Red. I have a really good memory. I'll never forget FF11. I can't delete FF11 from my memory. There's only one thing to do. Damn it, Starfield. Would I rather play Starfield or FF11? Well, that's an interesting question. So Starfield literally caused me hardware damage, and I don't have a lot of money to replace that right now. Because the hardware market is currently in the middle of vomiting itself inside out. So, I guess FF11, because it won't literally damage my hardware. It's a hell of a reason, but there it is. God, I hate this game so much. Open the door, game. I never expect to see you here again. You adventurers certainly get around. What are the Book of the Gods? What's become since its ancient restored magic? Yeah, can I have your ring? What? Yeah, I need your ring. Oh. I see. The Star Sibyl has yet to forgive the Bob. If she really is that furious, it's possible the Star Sibyl intends to quash all traces of his natural-born magic ability. The Darkest Dungeon has that kind of power. In my student days, I saw my own eyes one who had met with such fate. How's poor Apururu holding up? She must be worrying herself sick. By the way, I hope you appreciate me reading this in plain English, because otherwise this would sound like this. And that is the course of action she has decided on, such a brave girl. Well then, you must take my Ranastri ring and return to Windhest. Help with our dear Apururu. Take the Book of the Gods to Ajido Marojido. He is not one to shrink back in the face of the truth. She must, Daru, be worrying herself. Because we are... It's a freaking god. Yes, we must get Zano's ring. The Rhinosteri ring. Look. I don't want to hear it. Reality, it will crush you. There is no point in anything. Oh, life is meaningless. Wait. Cookies exist. I have decided to rescind my former mentality. Cookies will crush you with their deliciousness. I'm about to tear out my goddamn hair over this lack of music problem. I'm sorry. I have put up with an inordinate number of hours of no music in this game. I can't. I can't anymore. By the way, the name of this song is Walls of Bone. Do you get it? Alright, I'm done. I'm done. Sinastra Ring. I mean, plenty of people like this game. There's a reason a bunch of people tried it, and a reason a bunch of people still play it. But, yeah, the lack of music is slowly driving me completely insane. I think I'm good. I think I'm ready to die. I think this is it. I've had a good run. Well, that's actually not true. I've had a terrible run. I've had a terrible life, and now it's over. Woo! I've been thinking about suicide a lot lately, and I hope that's unrelated. It is not a joke. I really have been. No, that's a perfectly valid reference, R-Spruce. Yeah, I would give a lot to be able to just kind of that situation for you, Valerian. Of course, I'd totally forgotten. Sorry. I said I'd read this the way it's actually written. Of course, I had totally forgotten. When my brother was arrested, his Orrery ring was confiscated by the Heavens Tower. There's no way Sema Lafina will just hand it over for no good reason. Maybe you try talking with Kupipi. Oh, goody, we get to go to the Outer Ruins again! Again. It's the King Renpere's tomb of Windhurst. I mean, the good news is that of everyone I know, you probably have the access to the best medical care, Valerian, so at least there is some hope. If I had your issues, I'd be dead. And there's no joke there. There's no nothing. That's just how it is. I don't have money or insurance or medical care. I got nothing. So I'm glad you have access to that. Okay, so I'm teleported into an FF game. Which game and class would I choose? And which one party member would I choose to join you in a party? Ooh. That's a tough one. So I'm getting isekai'd, and I'm guessing I'm stuck there. So that's where I have to make my life, and that's important. Because I want to live in an FF world where I can actually have, you know, a life. That discounts several FFs, like 2, for example, because I don't want to live in that world at the end of 2, right? I feel that limits me to 7, 8. Maybe 9. 9's kind of going through an industrial, like a clean industrial revolution. Should be 14. Let me double check myself. Oh, this is 15. You are correct. What is it? You seemed worked out about something. I don't respond to veiled threats. If you have something to want from me, come on and say it. Absolutely not. The Orrery ring is extremely valuable and can't just be handed over to any old adventure on demand. Tell me exactly what you want to use it for. For a jailbreak? Absolutely out of the question. But maybe I've been a little hasty. You and I have known each other for a while now, and I assume you have a good reason for wanting the ring. So I should be reading this as is. Absolutely out of the question. It may have been a little hasty. I assume you have a good reason. I'll give you a little hint. The Orstor ring is being heralded by Samina Biba. At the moment she's off in the northwest tower of the Horator ruins, dealing with roguey wogie Cardians. She's been gone such a long time, though, I'm starting to worry. See, okay, real talk. I was limiting my thoughts to places that have indoor plumbing. I know that sounds strange, but any setting with indoor plumbing is going to immediately be substantially more desirable to me than any setting without it. And that's not a lot of the FFs. Hence why I immediately honed in on 7, 8, and possibly 9. "13 would, but 13 is... It probably is close to hell as you can get in a Final Fantasy. And I don't mean that as like a statement of its quality. I mean literally, do you know the lore of FF13? It's basically hell. It's hell for everybody. Everyone involved is in hell. Oh god, you're right, Mr. Red. I'll have to go adjust that, because you are absolutely right. I love how it keeps telling me to use Void Watch warps or geomagnetic font warps. I don't even know what those are still. So, okay. I'm limited to 7 and 8. Now, 7 has the live stream, so that's bad. So that kind of limits me to 8. So by definition, I'd have to pick FF8. The funny thing is, the second half of your question is then very easy. Which party member do I pick to accompany me in FF8? Laguna. Like, that's not even a question. That's nothing. Just, yeah, done. Let's go. Also, 8 pretty much objectively leads to, like, a paradise world afterwards. See, 10's debatable and 9's debatable with regards to indoor plumbing. Like I said, 9's going through a clean industrial revolution. And 10 has pretty advanced Machina, but we mostly see it for combat purposes. So it's kind of debatable. But yeah, 10... It would be pretty easy to say that 10 has indoor plumbing. Now, 10 would be risky as hell to live in, especially since 10 also has a form of a live stream. Or, put simply, in FF10, if I die in a particularly bad way, guess what? I get to linger on as an undead fiend, which is horrible. However, if I have control over that, if I manage to maintain a sense of self, I have obtained effective immortality as one of the undead. So that's kind of neat. It does, Dream Whisperer, but not that much. Do you rot? Apparently no. They imply that it's pure willpower, Mr. Red. Also, anybody who is undead is vulnerable to being sent. We see this several times in 10 for characters I will not mention here for spoilers reasons. We also know you could self-send at a certain point if you are holding on to yourself. So, 10's not a bad pick. Who do I pick to be my party member in 10, though? Other than Lulu, because she has giant boobs. Surging Phoenix has an interesting point. 10-2 is an interesting reason why picking 10 is not a terrible idea. In fact, actually, I could just pick 10-2 and skip most of the hassle of living when sin still exists. We are also assuming 10-3 does not exist because 10-3 is stupid. What am I doing? Honestly, I mean, so for those of you who know, Waka is actually my favorite character in FF10. No joke. A lot of people question that, and every time that I sit and explain it, people are like, yeah. Like, Waka's probably the best written character in FF10. No joke. He's also one of the only characters to have an honest-to-God character arc. And I will always give him credit. The dude actually does have an arc. Dude acknowledges that he's wrong and tries to make up for it and recover from that. Not a lot of people can say that. Like, I'm joking about the Lulu thing, obviously. Although... But no, I'd probably take Waka. Auron's cool and all, but come on. Zaros. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Which is funny, because I hated early Jecht, and, yeah, for the same reason. The difference is we don't see Jecht's arc on camera. Where am I going? Okay, so I went through that. Looking for G8. Yeah, Waka's also a bro. He really is. He puts up with a lot, and arguably part of his, his arc is because he is willing to be there for people he has loyalty towards, which is pretty much the definition of a bro. Honestly, the only other character who's as much of a bro as Waka in 10 is Riku. Yeah, no, he goes pretty far out on a limb for Tidus. And he does. Down. I mean, the argument me and my friends have always had is that without Yuna, Tidus would have just turned into Jecht too. And that would have ruined everything. True, Dream Whisperer. Even though they showed his brother and he looks nothing like him, but let's ignore that. Hi, DeQuack. Oh, I have no idea, Triaxia. Never would have had Waka. I mean, that's how that usually works, Surging Phoenix, even in real life. Give someone a target to focus all of their problems on, and they just say, it's all their fault. That's actually not quite true. I shouldn't say that, actually. Because there are real-life people who are the cause of all your problems. No, what real life likes to do is to give you a marginalized group. Someone who can't defend themselves. Someone who's already effectively a victim. Someone you can punch down on. Yeah, of course I would, DeQuack. Hell, I've done that like 3 times. I've been to a lot of weddings in my life. Yeah, exactly. Again, it's important to get that punch down thing in there. If you're not punching down, then you're just complaining about someone. Like I complain about rich people, or more accurately, billionaires, the upper rich. The people who are actually our enemies. Oh, I know, Ross. Yeah, no, that's about right, Blurry. Then don't go, DeQuack. This is easy. You got this. The territory of the Cardians. No intruder will be permitted. All intruders will be sent to oblivion. It's not a game, you overgrown puppets. Your usefulness has ended. Without your master, you have no more reason to exist. Embrace the eternal slumber that awaits you. Things have changed. We have chosen our king. Our king has arisen and we rally to his standard. We join with our king to build our future. You've chosen a king? Minister Zampa Zippa of the monastery still lives? Zampa Zippa, he is no king. He is nothing more than a foolish jester, tainted with the guilt of his crimes. Our king is noble and powerful, a dazzling presence. Hi! Who goes there? Seize him! You? Why you? Now we have 2 intruders to punish. Let us deal with these interlopers before others arrive to complicate things. Yes, let us punish them. Punish them now. Hold. Your Majesty. What do you intend to do with these people? They are intruders who have trespassed in the royal chambers. They will be punished. I forbid it. This person, Lorerunner, is the star born from the wish of the Star Sibyl. If he is lost to us, we lose ourselves an ally. Lorerunner still has an important role to play. He will make me whole again. Your Majesty, if this person is spared, what has become of the Mithra? The Mithra also has her roles to play, the first of which is to hand over the ring she carries to Lorerunner. What? Goddess curse you, but it seems I have little choice. You have another role you must perform. You must protect the Star Sibyl. Until the moment comes when the stars converge, you must defend the Star Sibyl from the Bearer of Darkness. You know the Bearer of Darkness? When all the stars come together, all will be revealed. But whether that moment will come depends solely on your ability and talent. You must create that moment. Lorerunner, at this time, you are the brightest guiding star. Illumine our land and sky with your brilliance. And I'm like, I just want to go home. Remember, canonically, I haven't, killed the Zillard people or Promathia here, so. I haven't even met Frisch or anybody yet. Canonically. Yeah, Lulu always felt really detached from the other characters. Ignoring her obvious benefits. Actually, Lulu's a good example of something I've talked about before. There's 2 aspects of character, or at least that's the way I like to think of it. There's characterization and there's character growth. Lulu doesn't grow an inch. She's the same character at the beginning of the game as she is at the end. But she actually has decent characterization. She's pretty distinct. The only downside with Lulu is the fact that she tends to get relegated to being the exposition bot pretty early. Hey, Blade Tabal. I'm gonna be on this quest for a hot minute, apparently. 8-2. I really want to finish these quests today. I really do. I want it. It's like a hunger. more than a want. It's like a need burning deep in my soul. Yes. What is FF11 if not chaos? What's that? The Cardians have chosen a king? What on Vanadil are they thinking? I understand when Cardians no longer follow the orders of their masters. This happens when the concept of master ceases to have meaning to them. But after this happened, they shouldn't be taking on a new master for that to happen. It's not possible. Putting this aside, please take the rings to Professor Shantotto. I Mustaru apologize. I was a little bitty distracted by what you told me. Yeah, no, exactly, Surging Phoenix. Lulu isn't a bad character. She's just somewhat flat. Pun intended. That's why I point to Wakka as just a substantially better character, because Wakka has characterization and character growth. She's a slightly better example. Riku is another example who doesn't really have any growth, but has pretty decent characterization. She has negative character growth in 10-2. Does that count? Like, seriously, she becomes a ditz in 10-2. It's very strange. Where am I going? Walls. Listen, Ross. And yeah, no, it's gonna be a negative, let's be honest with ourselves. Name a major RPG with a good story that doesn't get any story negatives. I don't think we've ever encountered such a thing. Anyways, the reason I mentioned that Blade 12 is I'm on 8-2, so I don't know... I don't know what I need help for. I actually haven't peeked ahead at this point. I can't believe 8-2 is just this enormous quest. I sort of thought I'd be done with 8-2 by now. I still have to do another dungeon after this. At least Shantotto started being a character. That's something. You said something? You've collected all 5 of the rings. Oh, well, I never believed you'd actually get them all. Come on then, let's look at them. Don't stall. You've done well, but the fact that a ragtag adventurer such as you can bring together all 5 rings, something about that just chills my bones. It makes me cringe. This undertaking will most likely leave a mark on Winter's history. And now that we have all the ministers in on the act, Apura won't have to shoulder all the blame, will she? Right then, let's complete final preparations. Hocus Pocus Circularum Focus. Shugamagoo! Behold, the forbidden glove of perpetual twilight. All that's left for you. Did she just give me the freaking Infinity Gauntlet? To put the 5 rings into? I mean, come on! Yep, I'm going to erase half the missions in this game. But it's all the stuff after Vanilla. Whoops! Rhapsodies is gone. Wings is gone. Treasures is gone. I'm just picturing. Like, on the one hand, I'd almost be done with the game, but the other hand, that sucks! Wake up, Lord. Wake up, wake up. Oh, there it is. Oh, Jesus, Braga. Looks like we're about to have some kind of rain, which normally I'd say would be dragging the temperature down. But I'm not a very good liar. Looks like it actually is raining. Never mind. Like you do. Anyways, I hope that's a sufficient answer to your question. What about anybody else? Anybody else want to answer the same question? You're dumped into an FF. You're stuck there. You get one person to basically help you out as a party member. Which FF? And who do you pick? You've heard my answer. I picked 10 and Waka. Or 10-2 and... I guess nobody. Oh, if I could pick a party member from any FF. That changes that a little bit. You know what? I might actually make that my next question. That looks really cool, comma. But why the giant carrot? Question mark. Wait. ... I mean, yeah, Sabin's a bro, 100%. It's Adult Hope is actually legit. Although, as I proved, even Child Hope is actually a decent character. Yeah. Yes. I can invite you, Blade to Fall. Look, the whole point of the review process is to be as fair as possible. And to be as thorough as possible, and to get buy-in. And so, even though I still hate Hope, or I guess I should say more accurately, I hate the way the game has terrible pacing about portraying an awful character arc. He's not that character. Anyway, so, where am I going? Let's go here. I mean, again, most of my issues with Hope didn't go away. They just were unrelated to the specifics. Vanille? Ah! Oh, god damn it. Hang on. Go here. And then try again. Can you skip stones? Of course! I used to be really good at it. Yeah, Vanille was actually a lot worse than I remember. I didn't remember her being such an actively negative to the story, but yikes. Let's try again. I mean, Fang was a fairly bland character, but she was still better presented, better acted, etc. Nobody's got nothing on Zaz. He's just awesome. I think 3 Eleazar. It's not a lot. 3 or 4, something like that. Snow? Heroes don't need brains. Best version of Snow? 13-3. No joke. I should pop these. Right, there's a cooldown. Anyways, where am I going? What am I doing here? Back, yes. Back to the ruins. I know, right, Trax? It's kind of like, are we trying to say something here? Edgar would probably irritate me. Edgar's also a bit of a take charge character, which I'm going to be honest, I also am. And I am self-aware to recognize that that's the kind of person I grade up against. Take charge types tend to not like each other because we're trying to take charge. Okay, where am I going? Let's see. I need to go to I-7 on map 4. What map am I on? Okay, hold up. Hold up. This is actually map 4. Holy crap. We're right here. Holy crap. This isn't some 7-year walk. You know who I would gel with immediately? Terra. Like, the little sister vibes would be real. I would just be so protective of her instantly. I got your back. I would be so supportive of her, you have no idea. We've both been through severe trauma in our lives. Alright, I'm done. Yeah, Celeste and Terra, I think they would both work out for pretty much the same reason. And yeah, Vivi, same vibe, same exact thing. What am I doing here? Gate of Darkness. I do love Gates of Darkness, yeah. Yes. Sorry I'm late. Okay, here goes. Low runner, keep a lookout. Legend of Dragoon, huh? Let's see, I'm pretty sure that's a PlayStation 1 game. Pretty sure. Wait, what? Hold on one second. Oh, wow. It was before the Oblivion line. Well, here's my old and out-of-date review on Legend of Dragoon. And here is a link to the VODs of the Legend of Dragoon run. If that changes your mind. My dear brother. Is this a dream? Are you alright? This is no dream. Please, wake up. A dream, huh? Feels like I've been trapped in a never-ending nightmare. The Bearer of Darkness was here. He said he was searching for something. He seemed to be in pain. The Bearer of Darkness? What are you talking about? What is that? I sense a mysterious force nearby. What is that you're carrying? Well... Oh, I have no idea, Eleazar. Huh? Are you kidding me? One of the ancients returned the magic to this tome? This is just ludicrous, but still. This level of power, it's almost definitely that book. Could it be? No! No! Can we let him recover from, like, the magic-draining soul prison first? For doing that? Is that... Okay, whatever. Is it possible to do it again? So... Yes. I want you to know that I'm never going to dealer's choice that, and I don't know if there's much interest in it, so the run might never get funded. If you're okay with those provisos, I'll allow it. Like, player be warned, or I guess viewer, donator, be warned. Let's... Yes. I'm actually shocked. I thought Legend of Dragoon was after the Oblivion line. I remember that game pretty clearly. I remember being surprised by it because it scored better than I thought it would. No offense to anybody, but honestly, most PS1 RPGs kind of suck. For the same reason most PS1 games suck in general. Same reason most N64 games suck. Either way, I didn't say thank you properly. Thank you, Surging Phoenix. Always appreciate. Yeah, the Suikoden's kind of bypassed a lot of the usual PS1 RPG issues. And the Final Fantasies were obviously done by, you know, people who kind of were already in their swing. Although 7, 8, and 9 all have their own issues. The Mega Man's completely bypassed all the problems by just being 2D games again on the PlayStation 1. It worked. And then there's Chrono Cross. Lore Runner, my brother has yet to open his eyes. Professor Shantota came to check on his condition, but there's nothing she could do. If he doesn't regain consciousness... But I must stay strong. Thank you, adventurer. I'll never forget what you've done to help my dear brother. Oh, and about the Glove of Perpetual Twilight, Professor Chantoto's still... Well, maybe we should go ask the professor. No, I'm good. Next quest. Exactly, Arspruce. And yeah, Dragon Quest VII Original had the same exact flaws that Wind Waker Original had. The game's good until you hit a gigantic swath of padding. Nah, I know what you meant, Surgeon Phoenix. I'm still blown away that that was that long ago. It does not feel that long ago. Because the Oblivion line was like 5 years ago now, wasn't it? Something like that. Oh god, the dueling minigame. 6 years ago? Jesus. I'm getting old. An old woman now. Old maid. Wait. Nope. I need to donate more crystals. Wow. Okay. Oh, that's a tough one. Alright, you're locked in a room. You have to play to completion without cheats a PlayStation 1 RPG to get out of that room. What do you pick? I'm kind of torn on that myself. Let me think on that. Have you heard? Ajita Marujita regained consciousness. Word of these goings-on is yet to reach the Heavens Tower, so keep up the charade on your way to the monastery. Wild Arms. I haven't played through Wild Arms since it was new. No. Like, if you want to pick an N64 game, that's also valid. Am I seriously going back to the exact same person I was just at? Is that literally what I'm doing? Game, please. Stop doing this. I was actually thinking about Breath of Fire 3. I would have the advantage of knowing what I'm doing. So, it wouldn't, you know, suck. Dude, Wild Arms... I actually did a remix of one of the Wild Arms songs. You know the one. Just because I love the soundtrack that much. Well, it doesn't have to 100%. No, that's silly. But you do have to do what I usually refer to as 90%. In other words, what a review normally does. Secondary content, primary optional, main story quests within PFR. My dear brother's finally awoken from his coma. He's right here. Please come with me. It's been like 5 minutes. Laura, we have some serious, wearious problems. Thanks to you, I was able to see all that was written in the Book of the Gods. We must act before Windhurst is wiped from the face of Vana'diel. After I found you missing from the Dark Dungeon, I knew I'd find you here. Sema? Great Gallic, get us. I just can't get away from you. I'm not here to arrest you this time. You must come with me to the Heavens Tower immediately. The Bearer of Darkness has returned. What? What of the Star Sibyl? We don't know. We haven't been able to open the door to our chambers, but with your magic we should be able to get in. Wow, the obstinate cop type is actually being legit. What the crap? I know the exact part of the game, and that is a very common quit point, Valerian. The entire Inner Sea section kinda sucks in Breath of Fire 3. You do get to see an Australian dolphin, so that's something. I need to get Gubu hummus. That sounds really gross. Ah, that's even worse, Mr. Red. Ah. See, with that PFR proviso, FF7, 8, and 9 are not easy answers there, because there's a lot of side quests in those games. By contrast, Breath of Fire 3 isn't that bad to sweep, right? Possible, feasible, reasonable. Not just right. My one change for Breath of Fire 3, a walkthrough for the frickin'... Well, no, actually, if you remember, I came up with this whole idea for, like, an in-game interface for the Master System. The way I envision it is, like, you unlock a Master, and there's a Master menu, similar to, like, Magicite or Materia or something like that. And that then gives you a list. Oh god, stuff's happening. Wah! Hang on. To be continued. Star Sibyl. Big action sequence here. Okay. Yeah, similar to the journal, like, once you've talked to a master, it's there. It says what stats they give, what abilities they give, and it tells you which party members are where on that, like how much they've gotten from that particular master. Boom, there you go. Huge portion of Breath of Fire 3 is solved. No need to alt-tab, no need to have game facts up. Like, all that data already exists, it would just be putting it together into an interface and that make it easily parsable for the player. However, if I had to pick for a second major change to Breath of Fire 3, come up with some lore explanation for this. But make Gar start at level 1. Like, maybe the horse people beat the snot out of him and he loses his levels. I don't know, something. Maybe he was never that powerful. Maybe he was just, you know, like bluffing the entire time. I don't know, something. Well, if it wasn't the Gar thing, and if it wasn't the Master walkthrough thing, which I thought the Gar thing was yours, Ross, then I don't know. Oh, right, a Tipo section, yeah. Yeah. I hate this tower. I hate walking up this stupid tower every time I need to do anything up here. I must apologize, Star Sybil. We have failed in our duty to keep intruders from your chamber. I will pursue the creature at once. The rest of the Sybil guards will be placed under his command. Wait, you'll be wasting your time. Nobody can stop that thing. What are you saying? You have knowledge of this fiend? Star Sybil, the magic that creature was using was no ordinary spellcraft. That was the power of the star and the moon. The same power that pulses through the ruins and fills the mana orbs. It was the magic of Fenrir, the great beast that resided in the full moon fountain. You felt it, didn't you? Idiocy! The great beast is no longer what? Fenrir has left the full moon fountain. Star Sybil, I have read the Book of the Gods. I know all about Taru, the beginning of Winterst, and the deeds of the first Sybil. You must, Taru, tell us what happened at the full moon fountain 20 years ago. You're right, of course. What I tell you doesn't leave this room! It started long ago when the Star Sybil performed the first moon reading at the full moon fountain. That prophecy spanned events from several hundred years ago up until the time of the Great War. The prophecy gleaned from the moon reading was infused into the star spring within this very tower. We Star Sybils have used that prophecy in conjunction with our star ratings to guide the people of Winterst. The first Star Sybils prophecy brought tidings of wealth and prosperity for our fair country. However, when I performed this star reading, I saw something entirely different. I saw destruction. Complete and utter ruin. Winterst would be consumed in flames and swallowed by floods. Light would tear the sky and our people would fall by the thousands. I went to seek the counsel of the great beast of the full moon mountain, the great beast Fenrir. And then ripped his life out. You wish to save your people from destruction. Poor, frail little Star Sybil. You hope in vain. The will of the stars and the moon is the design of the heavens. As the first Star Sybil accepted their fate of destruction, so would the people come to welcome it, though it filled them with terror. Even that Star Sybil yielded to her fear in her dealings with me, and you do nothing but cower in my presence. What could you possibly do? His words rang true. I could do nothing but tremble in the face of my fear. But I was not alone. I had a powerful ally by my side, Karaha Baruha. Karaha developed a new kind of magic to control the mind of the great beast and change the will of the stars and the moon. He called his magic summoning. However, dramatic pause. Enough, enough! There's a limit to what even you can do. Your mind will be shattered. I see you have the will to defy your fate. Star Sibyl, there's no reason to cower. There's nothing to fear. The time is near when darkness will obscure the light that guides you. But your steps must not falter, even as a car goes by that's really loud. A path still exists through the blackest of nights. And so the great beast Fenrir passed from our world. Yes, that is the sad truth. The spirit of the great beast was vast. No matter how strong Karaha's was, it was impossible for him to fully contain Fenrir's power. Winters lost the protection of the stars and the moon. The Harutoto ruins could no longer function. The magical waters dried up. The star tree began to wither. But as the Star Sibyl, I was responsible for the guidance of our people. I still had to show them the way, even though the light no longer existed. 20 years have passed. I've led our people with a string of false star readings. Nothing can be seen in the Star Spring. There's no future to be read there. But Star Sibyl, the future lives on. As Fenrir told you, the path lies before us. Neither peace nor destruction is certain. We must Taru seize the light with our own hands. Star Sibyl, I ask your permission to enter the Animastery of Karabraha. He and I are of the same mind. All I want, Taru, is to save Swindhurst. I need the knowledge he uncovered. You have my permission. I will grant you leave to use all that remains of his research and pardon you for the crimes you've committed. Star Sibyl, are you sure of this? All that was to remain secret has been revealed today. And yet he proposes we strive onwards. There is still the mystery of this dark visitor. We must discover its true nature. Your will is mine. Right, Taru! It's time for me to get to work. If you need me, I'll be in the Animastery. Let Aparuru know what transpired here. Don't Taru let me down! I mean, there's no nice way to say this. The reason the score keeps going down is because we're still in vanilla. I mean, I know, we're technically in Zillard now, but, you know, that's why. If you'll remember, the score was actually slowly crawling up, inch by inch, until I decided to go back and get the Gluck out of the way. A decision I stand by, it's worth noting. Because I want the Gluck out of the way, so I can actually enjoy the rest of the game. At least try to. I'm going to make it. I can smell dinner, and I don't want it. I don't want dinner. I want the end of the freaking quest chain. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make Windhurst great again. Sir, Windhurst was never great. I know. That's the joke. Oh. Well, now I feel stupid. You should. You shall be burned upon the pyres of industry to make wood. No, sir, you already saw the joke. Oh, right. Shoot. Would it be too untoward to go ahead and kill you now? Yes, sir. I don't think that would be very acceptable. Fine. You get to live. I love how they made a major character you have to go back to through multiple cutscenes be someone that isn't next to a warp point. You have to go all the way around this stupid building every time you want to talk to this jackass. Like, why? At least Halvor's like right frickin' there, you know, because there's a teleport right at the chateau. Yeah, pray return to the Waking Sands. Exactly. Oh my god. Sticker star without save states or this? I'll take sticker star. What? I know what I'm doing in that game and it's shorter. That's true, Pledgeable. Gosh, are you certain? He's received a pardon from the Star Sibyl? And permission to enter the Animastery, no matter how many times I hear it. I just can't Taro believe it. Apuro, I know you have a lot on your mind. But I wonder if I might have a moment to thee. Dr. Yorinoran! I was given this letter by an adventurer. Apparently it was dropped to thee by a Mandragora, excuse me. Wait, this handwriting. I see you recognize Athi, the author. He's being held Athi prisoner somewhere on the tree and needs help to escape. But I figured Athi, I should leave this matter to Mataru up to you and your brother. So much has pathed Thi between siblings and the author of that letter. I'll just start to pretend to Thi I never saw it. I've taken up enough for Thi of your time. And I'm going to stop reading this damn dialogue. Is that okay? Can I do that? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. We're cool. What can I do? I can't think straight, Taru. I can't think straight, Taru. Goddess above, my father's alive. I don't know what to do. What should I do? We must save him. That would be my first Daru thought. But... yeah, sure, whatever. When you find him, if he's alive, I have some questions. Why did the Cardians rise against him? Who is the Cardian they've chosen for king? Leave it to me, or leave him to rot. Rotaru, excuse me. Oh, one more thing. Please don't tell this to my brother. I wouldn't want news of our father to interfere with his important Taru research. I hate you. Alright, so I need to go to... there are 13 enemies with a 5-minute respawn. Wow. That drop, that hummus. 13 enemies, 5-minute respawn. That's just... One second. I know I'm in a hurry, but, give me a second. Okay. This is the wrong one. I mean, a lot of games are like that, Surging Phoenix. I know some people, Valerian, would disagree with me. But I really do think a legitimate polishing and editing pass, were such a thing possible, could turn this game from something that's, to something that's, oh my god. For this place? Oh, for Esha. Actually, I think I didn't write that down, so I think you're right. And you're even more right!
I didn't say anything.
Can I see what it is? Can I see it?
I'm gonna play him.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna give you a hug, but no hugs! No
Instead
hugs!
of the Play-Doh?
No
Well, not yet.
hugs.
I'm trying to put it on your desk.
Okay, I accept. No hugs.
But now hug.
Hug!
I got it to stand upright finally. I got it to finally stand
see.
upright.
Congrats. Yeah.
Every other time it would be like blink. You're like blink. Hey.
Where am I going?
That's miss.
So what's up?
Dinner, and we can stack cookies, but we can't stack those bowls.
It's true. Where am I going? Where am I going? So I'm not going to be done to dinner yet. I really, really want to finish this today. So that means I'm going to be like another half hour at least, okay?
Okay.
So that means I'm not going to join you for dinner because I suck, and I'm terrible, and I'm worthless. I'm sorry.
No, you're your best.
I'm sorry. I've taken way too long of this, and it's my fault.
It's okay.
I shouldn't have eaten lunch, and I shouldn't have taken a nap. That's my fault. Where am I going? F4. Jesus, that's... What? That can't be. That literally can't be. That cannot be.
We can stack these, but we can't stack. You know what we can't stack?
What's that?
Cylinders. No, not cylinders. We can stack cylinders.
But we can't stack...
The 3D circle thing.
Do you know what they're called?
No.
Start.
Spheres.
There you go. There you go. Very
But
good.
we can't stack spheres. They'll just touch. It'll be like, wee, boing.
Yep, it'll immediately fall off.
Yep.
It's like trying to stack basketballs on top of each other. It's just not going to work.
Yeah. Or trying. But what about triangles?
Yeah, I think it depends on the format. Like a pyramid? Nah, that's not going to work. But some triangles, maybe. Maybe if we got a bunch of them together.
Regular triangles like this?
That probably wouldn't work because they just slide off each other, wouldn't they?
Yeah. But it's a perfect ramp for a sphere.
That's true.
What is that thing? It fell on you.
It did. Alright, so let's see.
No.
We're looking for hummus.
Look.
Let's give it all that. I sees it. I sees it. You managed it. You managed it.
So tiny that if you were down here, you wouldn't even see it.
Wow, it hasn't dropped yet? You've got to be kidding me. Well, hang on. So where am I going? Let me start thinking to where I'm going.
You look like a candle guy. Hey, look, you have room for another person.
I do.
If Maria were riding that, then it would be full.
It's true.
Maria,
What's this?
where is it?
I don't know.
It says boat, go that way.
I guess
Dragon array? Are you
the
trying
tree... Okay. Okay, so over here, looks like. If I'm reading this correctly.
tree?
Don't worry, I know there's a lot of trees, but there's a specific tree I'm looking for.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
Like, how is there a specific tree? There's so many trees.
I know, right?
Is that the tree you're looking for?
Nope. Well, actually, yes. Excuse me. Yes, that is the tree. I gotta go through. Whoop! Watching the feet.
Oh.
I gotta go through that tree, and then I need to be like, "Brrr." Oh no! Oh, she's so powerful. She's so powerful. She's pushing the whole chair.
Oh,
No,
my.
she's pushing the whole chair. But I can push back. Nope, she's too strong. She's too strong. No. Ah, you win. Ah, you're too powerful.
Goodbye.
No, don't make me fall. What? She was too powerful, Mr. Ed. Oh my god. Well, I guess I could type up some negatives while I'm here. Just... No, I'm just filling out the negatives I've already given before I forget. I want to do it while it's fresh in my mind. I want to have that. I need it. I need these negatives. I need them. I'm addicted. You don't understand. I'm addicted to the negatives. Every day I think, how can I give even more negatives? Really? Oh, please share, Ross. Like, I'm curious what they're testing right now. Just need a few more negatives, Arthur. We'll head to Tahiti with those negatives. I appreciate you, Blade Default, by the way. I really do. But I want you all at home to understand. Blade Default is currently killing the 12 enemies I just mentioned with the 5-minute respawn with Treasure Hunter, which increases the drop rate of items like this by a substantial amount. I want you to think about that. Actually, he'll get it to drop, and then I'll roll on it, to use a WoW term. And then I'll just take it. Yeah, I don't think this item exists. Apparently Treasure Hunter comes in rings? Question mark? Is this... The guide mentions having Treasure Hunter 8 for this. I suppose I can just look that up. Not like I got anything else going on right now. Treasure Hunter. There are 14 ranks of Treasure Hunter. At rank 14, ultra rare drops go from a 0.1% drop rate to 1.5. That's... Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, hummus. I roll on the hummus. What's funny is I don't actually like hummus. I tried it again very recently and just couldn't get into it. Okay, so now I run east quick, before I'm stuck here any longer. Go! I would like to see my nieces at least a little bit tonight. Oh my god, I'm not going to be able to see my nieces tonight because I'm playing FF11. Oh my god. The nightmare. Okay, F4 is way up there. Jesus Christ, that's way over there. Sure, honestly, whatever at this point. In fact, actually, let me look at the map here for a second. Is there a book or a gem? Nope! Of course there isn't. Okay. How do you like this music we've got going on for this tree dungeon? Oh, there is a home point. Okay. I was gonna say. You want to hear the worst part, Wolverine? So there's something called a register when it comes to audio design. It refers to a range of sound, which then blankets other sounds within the same range. It's why most music avoids certain ranges, because it'll then blank out human speech. Make sense? There's a lot of engineering that can go around muting or diminishing that range, or just not having music that plays in that range. The reason I bring this up is the particular wind effect that this game uses happens to be at a register that blankets a fairly large amount of music. So a lot of songs I could play right now are going to sound very muted because the wind is literally covering it. And yes, I love the endless spiders and crabs and mushrooms and other garbage. I think I could get back to you. Yes, this song has a very high register, so it pierces right through it. Seriously, Ross. I need it, but just in case. Don't feel like taking the risk. I am missing out on Nee's time at this point. Wardens? Hang on. The pair of Mandragora Wardens are the wrong ones, is what this says. I need a single Mandragora Warden, which is at F4. This is F5, so I need to be one to the west. And I immediately aggro something. Because I dropped invis. Damn it! Honestly, me too, Surging Phoenix. Okay, here's the one. Okay, trade. Hummus. Hummus. And who might you be? You're wondering the same thing about me? Well, allow me to introduce myself. I'm the illustrious, Wustrious... Okay, hang on. I'm going to read this at my pace. Is that okay? I am responsible for Windhurst's victory 20 years ago. You might ask why I'm here? I was abducted by the Cardians and brought to this place. I've been kept prisoner here ever since. I was merely playing the role of detainee in order to make the advantage of it first. How does Winters fare without her favorite minister? So, you came with the best of Upuru. I must say I'm surprised my daughter's ascended. But the Cardians are content to follow her orders. My daughter has a habit of instilling too much individuality into them. The Cardians are created to perform tasks that are too physically strenuous or dangerous for us. If they're given too much knowledge, they become confused. The black and white world of what they should and shouldn't do becomes stained with shades of gray. Abducting their creator, me, and dumping me in this Outlands jail is simply unforgivable. I seem to have drifted off point. You said you had questions for me? Not really. Ask anything you like. Let me remind you that I, the renowned Zanpazipa, am the genius who gave the Winters the awesome, warsome power of the Cardians. The question does not exist that I cannot answer. So why'd they rise up against you? My one and only Grand Slam mistake. I instilled them with an absolute sense of duty to their master. If I'd set them to obey their only myself as their master, none of this would have happened. However, it became necessary for me to create a Cardian army. With the army, the lesser Cardians need to heed the orders of their higher-numbered counterparts. So the higher-numbered acted as masters. I set myself as the commander of the Aces. It was that very system that invited the disaster that occurred. Joker. There's a name I haven't heard in a while. It's been, what, 20 years? Joker was the creator of creation of Baraha Baraha. 20 years ago, he was conducting research in the tower. He came to me and requested several super powerful, intelligent Cardians. In response, I reprogrammed the Ace Cardians to treat him as their master. He proceeded to build his Joker using the Ace Cardians as a template to steal my design. Once his work was complete, he ordered them to follow his creation as their new master and set Joker with the task of running the gizmos in the towers. However, the Great War claimed his life. With the death of its creator, Joker 2 passed into oblivion. With the passing of a creator, the magic weaved in it all becomes unraveled. The Cardian follows its master to death. But for the Ace Cardians, Joker's death presented them with a situation they never dealt with before: existence without a master. They decided if they could somehow bring Joker back to life, their dilemma would be solved. Those presumptuous puppets were so convinced their destiny lied in resurrecting Joker they had the nerve to lock me, the amazing Zanpazipa, in a place like this. Great blazing behemoths. Why are you telling me the Cardians have already found where Joker lay hidden? I thought something was up when they stopped coming by to check up on me. Wait. Even if they found Joker, no amount of usual garden variety mono orbs would arrive. Who? How? Yeah, that was my fault. Sorry. Surely not with the Yugudo. Anyways, the revival of Dead Cardian means things have become interesting indeed. What do you mean? Right. I'm going to say this once. Make sure that melon you have on your shoulders is switched on. There's an unbreakable law which accompanies the art of imbuing an inanimate object with life and will. The death of the creator results in the loss of the object's animating force. And in accordance with that law, the deceased object must never be brought back to life. This will call back the creator from death's dark hall. The conclusion is obvious, isn't it? When Joker was resurrected, Karaha Baraha was also dragged back to the world of the living. That sounds like a roundabout way to have a life spell. In layman's terms, the forbidden ritual of the Magister is referred to as the Legend of the Magic Dawn. Long ago, tale of a mage plunging Winters into catastrophe, excuse me, is actually what he says there, by using the ritual is still famous today. However, this now forbidden practice was a marvelous magic originally invented for the protection of Winters. The tale I just mentioned was just an example of abusing the power the ritual brings. There's still the story of how the original weaver of this art returned from the dead to defend Winters with the magic doll resurrected, and of course this message, magic is a recipe for immortality and relies on the principle of calling the life force that lies dormant in the doll after the creators died. To sum things up, the ritual requires the mage to store a portion of their life into the doll while alive. Do you understand? And then you ask. This is not a subject for idle adventurers' ears. The Paru should already be well versed in the practice. Why do your children hate you? My children hate me? What are you on about? They have no reason to hate me. How can they possibly despise their brilliant father who saved their fair country from disaster? Ha 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 ha. No more questions. Just a moment. It's been too much for you to absorb. Let me write it in a letter to Upuru. Give my regards to my children. If there ever comes a time when they need help, don't hesitate to ask. And then I kill him. Alright. Bail. I think I will give up on finishing this tonight, as much as I would really like to. Literally one quest from the end. But I have to go to Romaev, and then I have to go to the Quicksand Caves. Then I have to go to the Temple of Uglape. Then I have to go... God. Then I kill a dude in 5 seconds. You know what? Yeah. I'm just gonna chop it right here.